Hey, how's it going? Here's my vlog for the 3rd of November 2022 on a Thursday at 5:11 p.m. I missed my video yesterday because I um, was just working all day long, didn't have time. Um, and I was doing house stuff. I built my cage. I'll do a demo, I'll show you. I built my cage for my next animal. I want to get a hedgehog or a guinea pig, because those are cute. They had a hedgehog at the Humane Society for 20 bucks, a bunch of them, and I think a guinea pig too. So the guinea pig didn't show up, so I'll call him tomorrow. But in a few days, next Tuesday, tomorrow. Try to get my hands to see what's going on. The next Tuesday, I get these hooks so I can hang those cages. That cage, I got two cages, and so I cut holes so that you can connect them. And I'm gonna hang them each with four ceiling hooks each, so with 8, so that should be enough to support it, and then it doesn't take up any space. It's all up against, right under the causeway, so you can put a bike under it. So that'll be cute. Yesterday, I guess day before yesterday, built the cage for my new cockatiel. I opened the cage today for the cockatiel for the first time, opened the top of it. When I did that for my parakeets, it was like a couple of weeks before they left. And this cockatiel's 5 years old, and I think it's never flown. The person who inherited it from their aunt who died had it 5 months, and it didn't fly. But even when it had the aunt, I don't think it was flying then. So it'll probably be a couple of weeks until it leaves the cage. And yeah, I have to keep a super close eye on it whenever the ferrets are out. Make sure that it's not trying to fly when the ferrets are out. But I'm in a really good situated place, so I can see everything. So, and hopefully the ferrets won't try to eat it later. And they'll know, because I think the ferrets ate my hamster. Night before last, I brought the ferret tried to get in and get the hamster, and so I was going to put the better chicken wire on top. I was going to put, oh wait, that's the wrong way. I was going to put the chicken wire on the top, that stuff. But the hamster can't bite through because it was tearing through the metal wire. And so I put him in their cage, and I was going to get up at like 8 in the morning and fix it because I didn't want to do it then. It was too late. And but my roommate yesterday morning, I think it was, got up at like 6 and let the ferrets out. The ferrets happened to be in this cage. There's 6 cages waiting to be let out. He let them out, and they attacked my tegu because the tegu happened to escape the cage the night before. And when I walked in, when I got up at 8, I heard them hissing behind, and I picked him up and noticed he had like red blood on his neck. And I thought maybe he had snagged his neck on something, but then my roommate came in at like 9, and he said, "Oh, did I wake you up this morning? Because the ferret tried to eat the tegu." So tried to attack the tegu. He was in the kitchen holding one. The other one ate it viciously. Tried to attack it, but after 2 seconds, he grabbed it. And my tegu was acting particularly frightful. He was running from me and thrashing his tail around. But so I guess they had their interaction. But I think they ate my hamster too, because my hamster just disappeared. I put a piece of wood on top just to block the hamster from getting in and just to know if he got in. And everything inside the cage looked completely untouched. And when they went in there before, I could tell because they just scattered everything. And everything looks totally untouched. And even the opening doesn't look like it was opened anymore. So I don't know what happened. Maybe all he did was reach his arm in and grab it because it was on the top and jump back out. The problem is the ferrets can see the hamster from below. They can see everywhere where he is because it's a clear glass and it's right on top of the wire cage. And I thought that was cool, but you have to make it so they can't break in. So I don't know, it must have broken in. So that was just unfortunate that all those things had to align, you know. Before I got up at 8, roommate gets up at 6, lets them out. They happen to be there, and they go right for the hamster. So whatever, and the tegu. But whatever. And that I feel bad because he was a really cute hamster. That kind of hamster is way better than the other hamster I had, which my ferrets ate, which were Russian dwarf hamsters. They're really small and they run away from you. These ones are really cute and they look like mini dogs or bears or something. And, so I'm gonna go back to the store pretty soon. Have my mom take me and below $20 on a hamster. Across the street they're selling spiders and praying mantises, so I might get some of those. That'll be really cool because I have the cages all set up just to see them in there. But today my mom came over and we cleaned. She helped me clean. She cooked bacon for me. That was good. And I'm gonna right now go out on my deck because now's the last chance for me to get my plants. They're all gonna freeze because it's snowing right now for the first time. I also got today I got the causeway, this pathway, a ladder, a ferret ladder, 2 of them I'm gonna put on end to connect my desk, my drawers to my bike desk so that the ferrets can get all in the cage from my room because they can get on top of the drawers. So I'll train them to do that. They have a ferret door in my bedroom too, so now they can get anywhere. But and then I got something else. So, and I came up with this really cool idea last night as I was laying in bed, thinking about what I'm going to do with my deck. So in the beginning, my original idea was to get all these glow rocks that I got. I got 4,000 glow rocks. It was $167. It was like 25% off. You get these packages of 400 glow rocks, and I got 10 packages. And fills up a trash can like that much. And originally what I was going to do was just pile a bunch of glow rocks and then walk around on loose glow rocks, you know. And then they would glow really well, but that'd be really expensive and messy. And I saw other people with other kind of glow rocks to do with epoxy. So I was like, wait, just epoxy them on. I originally didn't want to because I knew I'd have to remove them after 10 years because they only last for 10 years, but but the epoxy would have to be rebuilt anyway after 10 years. So I came up with this cool idea. What I'm going to do is make these little spirals with alternating colors on the glow rocks that go out from the center into spirals, maybe a meter or something like this. And then in between the glow rocks, and they're all flat rocks too, so they're perfect for walking on. Fill up halfway with epoxy to glue them all together in between them. And then do a thin layer of glow powder, which I already bought, in between the rocks. And then and then fill the rest of the epoxy up just over the glow rock. So the entire glow rock is filled with epoxy, maybe a couple millimeters of epoxy. And so it's all this, at the top it's just this flat, level layer of epoxy. And hopefully it'll last for 10 years as long as the glow rocks do. And then I'll have these spirals that go out with the rocks and then with alternating colors with the powder between the rocks, which glows a lot. And I bought a hanging light bulb to go from the top down to charge it. I guess in 2 minutes it charges 95%, in 30 seconds it charges 90%. And so yeah, you just turn on for a couple minutes, charge it up, and then it glows for all night for 6 hours. And I have mirrors. The whole deck is lined with mirrors. So when I look out, I'll see all this glowing spirals, and then it'll double in size. So it'll make my deck look double the size as the glow floor just continues out into the mirrors. Yeah, I'll probably get all fired up to paint all sorts of glow paint all over everything and cover it with epoxy and paint stuff and glow all over the place. And then I got a black light, like another 60 meters or something, a black light to shine on top of it. So yeah, I'm like so fired up to. So I ordered the epoxy and I already have the rocks, so I'm all ready to go, and the powder. So I'm like, I have all the fixings. So as soon as it comes and I have a day, I'm gonna clean up. In fact, today I'm gonna get my plants out and then try to clean up my deck and get those, place those rocks there, and well, as soon as the epoxy comes, and give that a shot. And then yeah, just paint everything in my whole house, like bathroom glowing. So yeah, like you can invest a lot of time and money just into a two-bedroom apartment. But if you have a two-bedroom apartment, you can actually afford to get crazy. Like maybe I'll paint glow paint on my. No, I don't want to do that on my cage, because then the ferrets will climb up and they'll fall into the dirt and be toxic to my animals. But oh man, my goddamn turtle only eats the meat. I need to get that out of there. Oh man, I'm gonna kill my turtle. So as far as my website goes, yeah, I'm still uploading images to Flickr. I'm gonna have all of the everything that I have, tribes, rivers, and cities from historical times, linked to Flickr, but only one link. So you click on the link to the image, but then you can swipe left or right, and you can see all the different variations of all of them. And yeah, so I'm still uploading those now. I have gigabit internet, so it uploads really fast, even though it was 46 gigabytes of images I'm uploading. But it's taking a long time because there's a lot of them. So that's what I'm up to now, is I'm cleaning up my house. But yeah, I have to go out there and save my plants right away. So anyways, that's what I'm up to today. I'll try to do a video tomorrow. Yeah, hopefully I'll feel like I'm making progress. I was just like looking at this page like, oh my God, this is a huge page. But I shouldn't have looked at it like that. Like, oh my God, so much work. I should be like looking like, oh my God, this is such an awesome page. So, I mean, yeah, and one cool thing about my website, I think, is going to be the sum is greater, or the site itself is greater than the sum of its parts. So, especially for me, like the Google Earth stuff is going to look really cool when I can just jump around all over the place and play with it and just bring Google Earth stuff up and just see how it works really well and fix it. And then, yeah, anyway, finally when it's fixed, I can then start talking about how to use it. But that's what I'm up to. I have a whole bunch of like empty, like a dozen empty flower pots that I can fill with flowers. So I'm gonna go and spend the next like couple of hours or something on that right now. Oh, and yeah, and keep an eye on my bird, which doesn't want to leave his cage. Okay, talk to you tomorrow.